The winding Yellow River nourishes the Hertao Plain. Controlled agriculture revitalizes the countryside. Now, as we reach a time of weariness, let us listen to the voices rising from the grassroots. Earlier, we had our academicians, experts, and leaders at all levels of government deliver high-level reports. Especially Teacher Kang. I am a student of Teacher Kang, a graduate of China Agricultural University. He gave a very macroscopic exposition from the perspectives of macro strategy, artificial intelligence, and systemic frameworks. The leaders from various municipal bureaus also pointed out the direction for us from a policy perspective. Indeed, in the real sense, Hua Win is the one at the very grassroots level, raising the banner and rallying support. So today, according to the meeting schedule, I will use this topic to report to you all. Upholding SCI tech industry. Irrigating Chinese brands. I put quotation marks around irrigating, because I hope it not only refers to physical irrigation but also to nourishing Chinese brands, irrigating and fertilizing them. Now, let me address several dimensions. The pain points of the industry. Huawin's reflections. Huawin's actions. Praises from those we've served. And the promise of controlled agriculture. Regarding these pain points, my teacher King spoke too macroscopically and too precisely. Indeed, I am showing off in front of an expert, but let me approach this from a micro perspective. The first dimension I understand is the hardware dimension. In China, the irrigation field and smart agriculture have long been dominated by foreign brands. I have a deep impression. In 2001, at age 26, I started my business and went to Songqiao, China's first modern agricultural park. They used a lot of filters and eventually sent a whole room full of equipment for me to buy. I went to purchase them, but at that time I didn't manufacture anything. Indeed, we relied on foreign brands. When I got there, I found that even the quartz sand in the sand filters was imported. That deeply pierced my heart. I didn't buy their equipment. From that day on, I returned to my office and wrote 6 characters, "Good products, made in China." I vowed that in this lifetime, I would create a world-class irrigation brand that belongs to China. The first dimension is hardware. The second is the software systems Teacher Kang mentioned. This indeed involves national data security and underlying security. I think that over these many years, whether it's the internet or many foreign facility agriculture companies or other smart agriculture firms, we have been using China's water and soil to feed foreign giants. I call this algorithmic colonization. Due to time constraints, I'll speak rapidly. Can I get through it all? The third pain point I call fragmented R&D. Fragmented R&D. I believe this has been the biggest challenge Hua Win has faced over the past 25 years. In fact, all domestic and foreign companies are doing this kind of patchwork, making solenoid valves, emitters, sprinklers, filters, fertilizing machines, but no one is making a system. No one is doing scenario-based, application-oriented R&D. Thirdly, I summarize it as 2 types of 3 silos. One is the planning construction use silos. Planning, construction, and use are disconnected. This leads to the equipment digital crop silos. Equipment, digital, and crop are disconnected. So what are Huawin's thoughts? I believe we need to find the root cause, prescribe the right remedy, lay down good pipes, and lead to a better life. As I mentioned, I am a graduate of China Agricultural University, majoring in irrigation. When I started my business at 26, we set a philosophy that we have unswervingly followed for 25 years. Hua Win is not trying to ride on Shenzhen Huawei's coattails. They were founded in 1987. We were founded in 2001. At that time, they didn't do top products, so they weren't well known among ordinary people. Because my math was poor, I loved history, so I originally named Hua Win with the meaning, the bond of China, water saving must come first, gather the world's sweet springs, enrich the nation's granaries. Later, to sound more modern, we changed it to, nurture all things on earth, uphold the original goodness. Our logo, as I interpret it, shows two vigorous seedlings breaking through the soil under a drop of water, with the blue earth forever vibrant. I believe that when I started the business at 26, that philosophy, and the emphasis on ecology that leaders at this conference, including yesterday's meeting at our alma mater's Bayanu Research Institute of CAU, have stressed, I think it aligns perfectly. Today's academician reports and many leaders' reports also emphasize the ecological dimension. How can the blue earth remain vibrant? As Teacher King said, through smart irrigation and water fertilizer modeling, we turn every drop of water, every grain of fertilizer, every penny, and every drop of sweat from farmers into the joy of harvest, not lost to surface runoff or deep percolation. Over 25 years, this drop of water has transformed from ordinary water into water integrated with fertilizer, into a drop of smart water. So, at the very beginning, we thought about what philosophy we should adopt. I set 4 sentences. Take revitalizing agriculture as our mission, take the market as our guide, take science and technology as our beacon, and take industry as our support. Why did I single out market in red? I believe that to survive in the market, we must be strong ourselves. We must have products and services that the people truly praise. Based on the above understanding, since both hardware and software were dominated by foreign brands, just like in the past when China relied on foreign matches, foreign fire, and foreign oil, our irrigation was the same. Many leaders have said that the opportunity for domestic substitution has arrived. But I believe the core of domestic substitution is not just replacing equipment. It is rebuilding the system. This should bring great development opportunities to our industry. Thus, we have built a new system in the industry. As mentioned, Teacher King talked about high water efficiency agriculture and smart agriculture. In many dimensions, I think my thinking aligns with my teachers. I call it controlled agriculture, just a different name. Because of the planning construction use silos and the equipment digital crop silos, we proposed controlled agriculture. During the 2020 pandemic lockdown, I stayed home and thought, do government leaders or leading enterprises really just need emitters, greenhouses, and digitalization? I think not. So I believe that we need to adapt facilities to crops, enable facilities with digital technology, and bring smart agriculture from the cloud down to the fields. This should be the industry's most urgent need. Thus, our controlled agriculture has 4 pillars. Crop centricity. In yesterday's reports and today's meetings, I heard this concept. We must understand the voice of crops, meet their needs, tap their potential, and achieve high yields. Teacher King also specifically mentioned that it's not just about increasing production but also about quality. So I believe that only by understanding crops can we understand irrigation and achieve high yield and quality. Here, based on crops, industry, business management, and green development. As Mr. Wang Gang mentioned in yesterday's symposium, land consolidation should be approached with industrial and business-oriented thinking, not just as engineering projects. I think this fits our 4-1s philosophy. Grow one crop well. Prosper a group of industries. Bring happiness to one community. And create a green landscape. Our ACA, Agri-Controlled Agriculture, model advocates bringing together 8 parties: government, industry, academia, research, finance, application, service, and innovation. Each performs its own role, leverages its strengths, and gets its due. Many leaders talked about industry, academia, research, application, but I think we must add government upfront, and also finance, application, service, and innovation. I recall Teacher King giving a report at Jiangsu University where I copied 3 pages of his PPT, and that became Huawin's guide for over a decade. With precise policy support, we introduced systematic, end-oriented industrial planning and implementable, operationally minded designs. Using the controlled agriculture industrial platform model, we solve the problems of the agricultural ecological chain and the path and model for rural revitalization. So, while we focus on irrigation and water, on high water efficiency agriculture, could we also look at the broader dimension of rural revitalization? We know that Yangling has the first agricultural high-tech zone, and Bayanu is also an agricultural high-tech zone. I have visited many agricultural high-tech zones and provincial-level agricultural parks across the country, but truly thriving ones are rare. I think the missing link is a genuine, crop-based, industry-oriented, end-to-end planning and design approach. Hence, we propose the ACA Sixth Valley. Since 1 + 2 + 3 is equal to 6 and 1 × 2 × 3 is equal to 6, we call it the sixth industry. We envision it as an agricultural complex, similar to the Wanda Plaza model, before its issues. Back then, Wanda Plaza in the suburbs of every county was an engine of economic development. I hope the ACA Sixth Valley can serve as a digital crop factory centered around specific crops, integrating science and technology courtyards, engineering centers, and industry education integration, ultimately achieving high yield and quality and naturally linking production with sales. This is a very complex system. Using the model of industrial economic development zones for agricultural development zones is something we have targeted and evolved over 25 years into a multi-interface industrial platform. It is not something Huawin can do alone. We especially call on governments, research institutions, and our peers to join this system. With the ACA Sixth Valley as the core, we have further evolved a Huawin model for rural revitalization and common prosperity. Among the 20-character guideline for rural revitalization, I believe the core is industrial prosperity. How does industry prosper? It comes down to the crop. If we solve the crop's water and fertilizer needs, we solve yield and income increase, farmers' prosperity, and food safety for citizens. Citizens plus farmers equals the people. I believe irrigation goes beyond irrigation. We are also serving the people. In this way, we gain a grip for building an agricultural powerhouse. Farmers stay on the land and achieve hematopoietic poverty alleviation and prosperity. When granaries are full, people know propriety. When food and clothing are sufficient, they know honor and shame. Naturally, rural civility follows. No fighting, no theft. Who would have thought that turning every drop of water and every grain of fertilizer into harvest would fundamentally eliminate agricultural non-point source pollution, achieve ecological livability, and effective governance? 25 years ago, we said nurture all things on earth. For 25 years, we have taken revitalizing agriculture as our mission. Today, it still comes back to growing one crop well. This philosophy remains unwavering. As Academician Kang mentioned, we also reflect, as I reported earlier, whether government leaders or users, what they truly need is definitely not just emitters, even if better than Israel's, not just greenhouses, not just digitalization. What we need is not the world's most powerful engine but the most suitable mobile space for ourselves. This is the vehicle dimension. 20 or 30 years ago, many of us assembled computers, buying a CPU here, a hard drive there, a case elsewhere. When I started my business, I didn't know how to buy a computer and dared not. I had to ask others, and inevitably overpaid or bought wrong. I believe that for our 985 graduates buying an irrigation system, users today face even greater difficulties. This is the real bottleneck in this industry's development. They have to piece together from 10 or even 15 suppliers for an irrigation project, dealing with disputes and incompatibility. This is what I've encountered daily for 25 years. My users and distributors are extremely frustrated by this. So, I think that just as assembled computers have faded away and branded computers have taken over, the same will happen in China's irrigation industry. Another thought, I keep taking photos of Teacher Kang's slides, not only after leaving school but also continuing to learn. Teacher Kang said that irrigation must firmly hold agriculture's hand. This aligns with the philosophy he just shared. It's all connected. Thus, irrigation goes beyond irrigation. As I reported, I believe that controlled agriculture and Teacher Kang's high water efficiency agriculture are essentially the trinity of equipment, digital, and biological technologies. We cannot rely on increasing the number of crops or changing from one crop a year to 2 in 3 years. That may not be scientific. Only by increasing per mu profitability and yield per mu, as in other countries, is the fundamental path. In summary, to solve systemic problems, We must move from single product substitution to systematic substitution. Single product substitution solves the have or have not issue. Complete system substitution, what we call irrigation brand machines, solves the good or not issue. Huawin Solutions address can it be sustainably iterated, and the ACA-controlled agriculture model solves can we grow crops well and prosper industries. Huawin's actions. Based on the above pain points and reflections, we have developed what is relatively rare in the industry, Huawin's three-system framework. What I am particularly proud of is Huawin's complete product system. I may not be entirely accurate, and I invite criticism. Maybe old Lou is bragging a bit, but in the global micro-irrigation field, Huawin is the only company that has self-developed and self-manufactured the entire product system, from the headworks, field pipe networks, emitters, to AI control systems. Only Huawin in this industry has truly achieved this, because I graduated from China Agricultural University's Farmland Water Conservancy engineering major. I think this is a very important dimension. Many years ago, I proposed Huawin's global One Heart, Five Valors strategy. We originated in Shanghai, and later in my hometown Yongzhou, Hunan, in central China, we built a 110,000 square meter physical production system. I welcome leaders and colleagues to visit Huawin in Dongmen, at the source of the Xiang River, where you'll find the industry's most complete production system. 110,000 square meters of factory space humming with activity every day. Later, in Guiyang, Baotou, we quickly partnered with peers and it has now become a wholly owned Huawin factory. Last year, on July 20th, we started a joint venture factory with the Tuzhou Group in Tongliao, and another is under construction in Hawken left rear banner. In Ordos, the factory in Otog front banner has also started production. These are some scenes of our physical enterprises. In Shanghai, where land is precious, this is our Yongzhou base, where we built 100,000 square meters of factory space in 10 months. We call it Huawin's Agricultural Equipment Smart Valley. This is an expert building I built. Here is the Guiyang factory, and this is the base we cooperate with Inner Mongolia Tuzhou Group. Why this layout? I believe that East China, Central China, and North China have different climates, crop types, and industrial development stages, requiring different products, solutions, and models. So we truly need to understand crops and local climate and industry characteristics. That's why we made this layout. With science and technology as our beacon, how do we navigate? We established the Huawin Research Institute, which includes 3 research institutes, 1 department, 1 station, and 2 centers, serving many bases. Naturally, in the 25-year process, the Huawin Research Institute, saying what we do, doing what we say, has naturally broken the 3 silos. Our Agricultural Research Institute is responsible for understanding the voice of crops, helping clients plant in the fields, collaborating with academies and universities, engaging top experts on specific crops, sharing data, and feeding massive real data back to our AI Institute. The AI Institute builds crop models and related platform systems, then integrates them into Huawin's self-developed and self-manufactured hardware systems. Through our Solution Center, we tailor truly matched solutions for different regions, clients, and crop types, naturally solving the 2 types of 3 silos. We are honored to lead, together with Shanghai Jiaotong University, the Shanghai Engineering Research Center for Water-Saving Irrigation, with Teacher Kang as the director of our expert committee. We have many bases, and our university leaders have visited Huawin with great pleasure. We say, deepen smart irrigation, materialize controlled agriculture. We not only have top irrigation experts supporting us but also Dr. Zheng, a member of the Chinese Academy of Sciences and chairman of the World Blueberry Conference, to strengthen us. So we are not just one-dimensional in equipment. We cooperate deeply with many mainstream universities nationwide. I am a graduate of China Agricultural University, and I have always dreamed of making Huawin a place where every agricultural university in China can send at least 1 student. That's my idea. Now, many mainstream universities have joined us. I call Huawin's team a practical, multidisciplinary team grown from soil. We established our mold system over a decade ago. As Dong Mingzhu said, Molds are the mother of national industry. This is one of our fundamental tools for replacing imports. Thus, Huawin has achieved organizational guarantees from R&D Lisheng to large-scale delivery. Not only do we operate our business, but we also consider the industry's long-term development. In Shanghai, where land is expensive, we invested over 10 million yuan to dedicate 2,000 square meters. I spent 2 spring festivals and 1 National Day holiday reading through Chinese history several times, and together we wrote over 1 million characters of content for the Irrigation Museum. It has become one of the Ministry of Education's first batch of off-campus study bases for primary and secondary schools and has welcomed many domestic and international leaders, experts, and officials from Belt and Road countries. We also believe that the fundamental bottleneck for the industry's long-term development is talent. Only about 50 colleges nationwide graduate irrigation majors each year, and most go on to graduate school or state-owned enterprises. Very few come to private enterprises and the front lines. In 2018, Teacher Kang said, "Mingli, there are national competitions for agricultural water and agricultural machinery, but not for agricultural water. Since you're a graduate of CAU's agricultural water major, you could organize one." Based on Teacher Kang's high-level call and Huawin's first-hand experience of the talent shortage over more than a decade, we launched the first Huawin Cup National College Student Innovation Competition on September 3, 2019, in Changsha. The first photo shows over 1,300 experts and students attending. It has now become a nationally recognized award approved by the Ministry of Education. On July 23 this year, we just held the 5th Huawin Cup competition at Xinjiang Agricultural University, laying the most fundamental foundation for our industry's maturity. We have also worked with various departments to turn controlled agriculture from a Huawin concept into a major recognized by the Shanghai Municipal Education Commission and an industry cluster recognized by many schools. We are also helping many schools develop controlled agriculture majors and teacher training. On October 14 last year, we were invited to host the Controlled Agriculture Forum at the World Agricultural Science and Technology Innovation Conference. Academician Kang attended despite his busy schedule. Our President Du also was very happy and honored to serve as the forum's moderator. We invited many top experts from around the world, and I had the opportunity to systematically present our pioneering controlled agriculture concept to the global industry. As our promotional video shows, controlled agriculture has evolved from a Huawin corporate blueprint to a Chinese solution recognized globally. This picture shows the former president of Wageningen University. He served as president for 12 years and, without him, Wageningen might have even gone bankrupt. At that time, Wageningen faced great operational difficulties. It operated as a corporation. He proposed the Golden Triangle model: government, university, industry, which we heard about in this morning's keynote. He was president for 12 years and supported Wageningen's flourishing. He visited our company for an exchange on artificial intelligence in agriculture, commissioned by the Shanghai municipal government. From this, we have produced some scientific achievements. Let me specifically report on some concrete, micro-level implementations. First, I place the pressure compensating emitter at the top. I believe that for over 40 years, China has not truly solved this. Huawin initiated the project in 2014 and successfully developed the pressure compensating drip emitter, and a wide pressure range one, in 2017. In the right picture, many teachers may recognize Professor Li Guangyuan, my teacher and head of the National Micro Irrigation Group. When he learned that Huawin had made a pressure compensating emitter, he didn't believe it. I sent him many samples, and he conducted rigorous tests in his lab. Professor Li is extremely strict. In my 4 years of study, he never praised me, nor after I started working. This time, for the first time, he praised me. Mingli, remarkable. After testing, he found that Huawin's Chinese-made emitter compensates at as low as 0.4 kilograms pressure and still compensates at 45 meters of head. Its pressure compensation range surpassed that of a top Israeli company. I won't name names. So we have truly achieved import substitution and have been hailed as the pioneer of pressure compensation technology in China. We not only have online pressure compensating emitters and inline emitters but have also extended them to pressure compensating micro sprinkler systems for economic fruit forests, for example, durian irrigation in Hainan and Yan'an. On the right is a blueberry base in Yan'an. Let me tell you, blueberry cultivation is the pinnacle of irrigation in the world. It requires that for every 100 mu or 1000 mu, the uniformity of water and fertilizer output per pot must not exceed 7% error. Each project is accepted in 3 stages using measuring cups. This posed high demands on us, but our testing data show that we have gone from following to running alongside to leading Israel. We say good products, crops will speak. The blueberries grew, and their quality, appearance, taste, nutrition, processing, fully met Teacher Kang's 4 quality criteria. The chairman of the world's largest substrate blueberry company didn't believe it. He accused us of data fabrication. But after the blueberries grew, he was speechless. In their Tungcheng base and Shuanglong base, Huawin system truly stood the test of global competition. Another breakthrough product is the AI Smart Fertilizer Injector. We specifically added AI. This is not boasting. Its core strengths are online sensing, AI smart control, adaptive adjustment, and self-balancing control for terrain variations. Yannan's hilly terrain is not like the plains. It's rugged, and each irrigation zone has different area and elevation differences, posing high demands on the fertilizer injector. In blueberry irrigation, the irrigation manager, the water and fertilizer decision maker, holds a very high position because water and fertilizer decisions contribute over 70% to blueberry yield and quality. It's not just about having a harvest or not, it determines profitability. With a 100 million yuan investment, whether you get returns depends 70% on water and fertilizer decisions. That requires hardware and software support. The water and fertilizer managers are especially grateful to Huawin because previously they had to manually adjust EC ratios via angle valves at different growth stages. With Huawin's AI fertilizer injector, they set it once and never need to adjust it again throughout the growth stages, truly achieving AI. So we have the Meiyu fertilizer injector, identified as the world's first professional-grade blueberry fertilizer injector, as well as Guoyu and Huayu for different crops. Another product is the disk filtration system. We truly have high precision, real mesh count. If you magnify our disks 20 times with a phone, you can see that the processing precision surpasses all disks in China and the world, because we have strong mold-making capabilities. Time is short, really. We also launched a smart electric valve. On the right is a calligraphy I wrote myself. This morning at breakfast, I met Teacher Jia, who is 70 years old. I was deeply moved and paid my respects to him. He told me that in the Yellow River, 70–80% of sediment particles are less than 0.063 millimeters. Conventional emitters and filtration systems cannot intercept such fine particles, and valves wear out and fail to operate properly. I understand that in northern irrigated areas, the Yellow River Basin, and Xinjiang snowmelt water, conventional filtration cannot handle the heavy sediment. Field valves are also uncontrollable and imprecise. As the director just mentioned, if valves are out of control, how can you measure or control? So I believe that the real bottleneck for northern irrigation is not algorithms or big data, but a small valve that can withstand sediment, voltage fluctuations, and low water pressure. We designed it in the shape of a cat. We wanted to call it T-Mall, but that's trademarked. We also developed liquid return disinfection and substrate weighing systems to replace imports. Particularly relevant to this conference and the Bayanu Agricultural High-Tech Zone's priority on ecology, how to reduce deep percolation and surface runoff, fundamentally eliminating agricultural non-point source pollution, I believe liquid return disinfection and substrate weighing are critical. Last time I came, I heard Mayor Zhong is also promoting the blueberry industry, with several hundred mu planted. I would like to volunteer Huawin's services not only for Bayanu's high-standard farmland and per-unit yield increase but also for facility agriculture, including the blueberry industry. This is a true way to fundamentally support the control of agricultural non-point source pollution. I also report to teachers and colleagues that we are not only doing smart control but have been pushing to replace the underlying base of our smart controls from foreign brands to HarmonyOS. This is quite serendipitous. We are also called Huawin, and that's Huawei. A few years ago, our team visited Dr. Wang Qinglu, the father of HarmonyOS, after he left to start an ecological HarmonyOS company. We have been discussing collaboration. They have Mine Harmony, Electric Harmony, Gold Harmony, and we are promoting Agriculture Harmony. This is part of our end-oriented consideration. Here are some application scenarios for Agriculture Harmony. We have also built many software application platforms and matrices. I won't elaborate. Huawei has ADS Smart Driving System. We, Shanghai Huawin, have AIS Smart Irrigation System and AGS Smart Greenhouse Environmental Control System. These are not lab products but field-tested solutions that generate revenue for Huawin. Customers pay for them, colleagues. Thus, we have formed an AI planting platform based on crop needs, composed of hardware and software. Through deep modeling of crop physiology and local climate, we truly achieve on-demand water and fertilizer, intelligent equipment operation, risk prevention, and a transition from human control to automation. All these single products constitute our irrigation brand machines at different levels. One of the small brand machines is the Nongtae 2 Cloud Headworks, currently covering over 2 million mu in 12 cities nationwide, becoming a significant revenue pillar for Huawin. I compare this to Huawei's 80M9, a highly intelligent vehicle. But for decades, our pump rooms have been pieced together by farmers themselves. If users built their own cars, safe and reliable cars couldn't be produced. That would be counterintuitive. So I say we need to build this M9 in professional workshops. This is the opportunity given to Huawin by Teacher Kang's project. We call it the world's first multi-source drip irrigation intelligent mobile drip cart. Our goal is autonomous scheduling, handling multiple water sources, like a robot vacuum that can connect to water sources, move to different locations, recharge, and dock automatically. Teacher Kang has indeed criticized us to further upgrade it. We also have mid-size brand machines. You can see the large headwork system for substrate cultivation of blueberries or cluster tomatoes. Huawin has now fully and systematically replaced imports, truly eliminating users' fears of not knowing how to buy, not daring to buy, and buying wrong, as well as the pain points of poor use and high costs. Then there are large brand machines, the entire smart irrigation system, from headworks, field pipe networks, emitters, to AI control systems, all self-developed and self-manufactured by Huawin in China. I call this the smart irrigation system. Huawei has the AITO. We have the Wenshui, water inquiry, system, divided into field Wenshui and greenhouse Wenshui systems, incorporating all the single products and software mentioned earlier. The drawbacks of patchwork and benefits of brand machines I won't repeat. In summary, we have naturally formed our ACA-controlled agriculture model, eliminating the 3 silos. We use this Huawin steering diagram to visually report. On the left, after 25 years of relentless efforts, we have developed a series of hardware and software products. These full sets of hardware form our complete vehicle, our brand machines. Moving right, users need more than hardware and software, they need solutions. This addresses BN needs. For government needs, we propose ACA Sixth Valley, ACA Agricultural Development Zones, continuously upgrading our business model. But I can report that our left side orders are basically in tens of thousands of yuan. Complete sets are in millions, solutions in tens of millions, and ACA Sixth Valley orders in hundreds of millions, supporting our business operations. So we have truly moved from single product substitution to systematic substitution and even model transcendence. We have received much praise. Academician Kang and other academicians and experts, in multiple product appraisals initiated by the Ministry of Water Resources, have recognized 6 Huawin products and 1 Huawin smart irrigation system as reaching international advanced levels. Our emitters and irrigation systems are uniquely recognized. As a small private enterprise, we have 75 authorized invention patents, not counting those under review. We are fortunate to work with Teacher Kang and Teacher Wei on many national projects, and have received some honors. We have also participated in key research and bottleneck projects. As someone from a farming background, a graduate of an agricultural university, and serving agriculture in Shanghai, a place full of fierce competition, I never expected to receive so many honors. Last night, I think Academician Kang's report mentioned Mingli. This year, on the 105th anniversary of the founding of the Communist Party of China, I was awarded the title of one of Shanghai's 100 outstanding Communist Party members. We have also received international praise, including talks with the President of Pakistan and, at the World Agricultural Innovation Conference, our former Prime Minister of Guinea presented us with one of only 2 awards. Dear leaders, colleagues, teachers, Hua Hin has been tirelessly pursuing import substitution for 25 years, moving from can we use it to running alongside and leading, from single product breakthroughs to systematic substitution, and from domestic substitution to global substitution. These are some application scenarios. I won't elaborate. Vice Premier of the State Council, after visiting our project site in Saihan District, Ho Hot, gave high praise, as did many leaders over the years. Just recently, in the past half-month or 20 days, I traveled extensively, from Hulanbua to Tongliao, Kaifeng, Bayanu, Baotou, Lanzhou, Wuwei, and Xinjiang, thousands of kilometers. I saw Hua Hin users very happy. I asked them to complain. They said, "What complaint? The products are fine, just expensive." This is indeed a criticism many leaders made yesterday. It's a bit expensive. But on another note, user praise is genuine. We have about 6,000 to 7,000 customers. I won't overdo it. State media like CCTV have also praised us. As mentioned, we have a significant share in the world's largest blueberry company. Last year, we secured 2 comprehensive projects exceeding 100 million yuan each, testing Hua Hin's overall system. In Taizhou, Zhejiang, a 106 million yuan project, they gave us a plot, and we delivered a blueberry orchard with all visible hardware and invisible software self-developed by Hua Hin. In Hotan, on 10,000 mu of Gobi Desert, we built the first 2,000 plus mu blueberry orchard in just over 4 months. On March 4th this year, the new party secretary and chairman of the autonomous region, Secretary Chen Xiaojiang, and the chairman visited the site, and the project was featured on the front page for 3 consecutive days. On October 27th last year, the Southern Xinjiang Facility Agriculture High Quality Development Conference was attended by a party secretary from the Ministry of Agriculture, 17 municipal government directors, and over 300 top industry experts and peers at our project site, all giving high praise. In 2017, we won a global competition for a 1.38 billion yuan, out of 2.7 billion, complete irrigation system in Egypt. Last June, I visited Egypt again and found that other systems had basically collapsed, while the irrigation system entirely designed, built, and integrated by Hua Hin was still functioning. Many mainstream media, including People's Daily, have given Hua Hin positive reviews. I never imagined People's Daily would use such a large spread. The photo shows our Dong'an Factories pilot center. Revitalizing rural areas benefits the country and the people. Taking this opportunity at the conference, and thanking the association for giving Hua Hin the chance to host the 7th conference, I would like to extend an invitation. I have always said that irrigation goes beyond irrigation. It irrigates crops, prospers industries, brings happiness to people, greens the environment, sustains humanity, and enriches civilization. Irrigation supports industrial prosperity, nourishes a prosperous life, provides a grip for green development, and is the essence of peace and win-win. Irrigation can create something from nothing, turning deserts into oases and Gobi into fertile fields. May the new Luland set sail, and may Bayanu enjoy everlasting spring. 25 years have passed for Hua Hin, from a drop of water to a valley, from crop happiness to people's happiness. I believe this is the era of smart irrigation and controlled agriculture, and the era of science and technology industry, the era of Hua Hin. Yesterday, we issued a recruitment notice for the establishment of Hua Hin Research Institute Inner Mongolia branch. So, let me make an advertisement here. Deeply cultivate the three norths. Empower the northern frontier with technology. Huawin Research Institute Inner Mongolia branch is setting sail anew. Based in Inner Mongolia, radiating to the three norths, serving the Yellow River Basin, and closing the full cycle from scenario research, customized R&D, field piloting, solution implementation, to achievement transformation for large-scale northern agriculture. With favorable winds and a broad platform, we invite teachers to recommend talents. The future is already here. Controlled agriculture irrigates the future, and a great future waits. I wish all colleagues here, in this best era for China, to become the best force for rural revitalization and make greater contributions to building an agricultural powerhouse. Irrigate happiness, achieve success by helping others. Thank you, everyone.